Hello my friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Louise, aka Auntie Lou, and yes, today we are back again with another video for our parenting diary. I do hope you all have been having a good week, a productive week, and if you didn't, well, next week is still available, or today you can still have a good day today, you can have a good day tomorrow, your choice. Don't let a bad day spoil the rest of your day. Yeah, so don't let one bad day or two bad days to spoil the rest of your week. Anyways, thank you once again to everyone who are commenting on our parenting diary, and thank you to everyone who have messaged me privately to say hello birds who have messaged me privately to say, yes, these issues that you're talking about, they are real issues and it's affecting all of us. It's just that people don't really talk about it. So, I volunteer to talk about it because I'm going through it. I'm a parent and I was not given a diary or a book on how to be a parent and how to be a good parent. I don't think any of us will have an answer to that, but we can all give each other ideas into how we can change, for the better. So, having said all that, today I have a true event that happened this week, and I would like to hear, you know, what would you do if you was in that situation? So, this week, a parent sent somebody to pick their child up. The child is in reception, so they're about 5 years old. They've sent, oh, the sun is coming. Cloudy, but the sun is coming. So, a parent sent someone, a relative, to come and pick up their child from school, nursery, no, reception. They're reception. They're 5 years old. Now, this relative picked up the child and didn't leave the school. So everybody left the school apart from this little 5-year-old and this relative who was sitting on a bench. Now, the child just sat there fidgeting with his bag, and this relative was like this, sleeping, leaning on the child, and actually fell asleep. Now, another parent who usually say hi, how are you to the child parent, saw this child just sitting there. So she moved to approach them and said, "Hey, are you okay?" to the child. The child said, "Yeah," trying to see if the person they are with is okay. The person is not responding. This person is sweating heavenly. It was cold. It was a very cold day. As you can see, it's not hot yet. So we don't know why that person was sweating like that. It could have been a health issue. It could have been that they passed out. It could have been, oh gosh, the sun, thank you. It could have been that maybe they were drunk. It could have been that they had something to drink or a medication that made them just fall asleep in the school premises on the bench. Now, what would you do if you was that parent? For me, as a parent and as someone who works with children, when I had this event, I was just thinking about everything that could have gone wrong in this scenario. Thank goodness the child is okay. They were able to wake the person up and checked if they were okay before they could let them go with the child. So the child in this scenario is fine. but what would you have done? I was just thinking about everything that could have gone wrong with this situation, because that child could have just walked out of the school because the gates were still open. That child could have been kidnapped. That child could have been run over. Anything could have happened to that child. The school could have called social services, the police, ambulance to check the person that was sleeping in the school premises. So my message or my view on this to parents is that be careful who you send to pick up your child. I know we are living in the age or the time of cost of living, so everybody, both parents have to be at work, or we have to look for money, or we have to contribute in order for us to maintain ourselves. I know and I understand, but think about it. Think about all the trouble you could have been in had the school called social services or the police or the ambulance. You would be, they will tell you that you're neglecting your child, although you trusted this person to be healthy enough, to be well enough to pick up your child, but the person wasn't. The person wasn't. So parents, make friends with other parents. If you're running late to pick up your child, call another parent that could wait around in the park for you. You know where they live. 10, 15 minutes, I'm sure they won't mind. Rather than you leaving your child in the hand of somebody who's neither drunk or high on something or have some very, very complicated health issues. You need to think about the safeguarding, because unfortunately or fortunately, because it could be used for good and for bad, is that we are living in a country where your children are not really your children. That's the reality. So you have to conform and you have to learn and obey by the laws that protect the children. And in this scenario, the child was not protected. The child was at risk. There was a lot of safeguarding issues in that scenario. I could give you a very good example of once upon a time, many, many years ago. I went to pick up my son from school and we was walking and we was helping. I was talking to the teacher, so we came out a little bit late. So it was just like about 15 minutes late, because usually when the school ends, literally within 5 to 10 minutes, everybody's out of school. So we was coming out, this is like 15 minutes later after the school ended, and I see this lady pushing the buggy, and it was just like doing a car racing with the buggy, but she wasn't really running. So she was just bumping the buggy everywhere. Boom, boom. And there was a child in the buggy that got picked up from the nursery. So I'm thinking, why are they still here? Nursery finished ages ago. But she can't see where she's going. She was literally just swinging and going everywhere. I was like, I tried to intervene by saying, are you okay? She looked like she couldn't speak English, looked confused. So I was like, boy, no, I can't deal with this by myself. So I ran back to the school with my son beside me, ran back to the school, went to speak to the nursery teachers who I just spoke to, and I said, sorry, but you need to come outside with me. There's a child who might be in danger. because I don't know if this lady is drunk or not, but the way she's moving with the child, and I don't think she speaks English. So two of them came out with me, and they took it from there. They took the lady back to the school, and the next day when I came, they were like, "Oh, thank you very much for telling us. Yeah, that lady, she was definitely drunk. We had to call the parents for them to physically come and pick up the child." So the point of the story for today is we all are living in a crisis. We are all being affected by the living cost, the cost of living, the cost of living, and it's affecting all of us. It's affecting our children. Parents are being kept away from their children, and children away from their parents. But you need to think about who you trust to pick up your child. Invest in maybe after school club, invest in maybe a childminder, invest in other setting that can keep your child safe while you're running late. It's a serious issue. Serious issue. So friends, I would love to hear from you and what you think, you would have done, and what are some of the risks of trusting people, certain relatives, to pick up our child. Because I don't know if I can trust I don't know if I can trust everyone with my kids. I just feel like, why? You know? There's a reason why I decided to work for myself and work from home. It's so that I could be there to pick up my kids. And I know everybody can't do that. I know everybody can't do that. Hence the reason why I'm saying about different setting that can look after your kids when you're running late or when you're at work. So let me know. Let me know, guys. Let me know what you would have done. Are we valuing our children enough? Are we valuing? Because some people think because they have loads of kids that they love kids or they're valuing their children or whatever. And some people think, oh yeah, I have just one child, so I'm loving or valuing my child because I have one child. No. Being a parent is so complicated. It's so complicated and it's so worrying. We're always not sure about what we're doing, about if we're making the right decision. But all I can say is that we chose to have the children, so therefore our life no longer belongs to us. Unfortunately, the kids didn't choose to be born. We chose to have them. So we have to be making some sacrifices. Our life is no longer our own life. I know we have to try and find a balance because yes, you have children, and so, you know, your life can't just be about kids, nappies and everything else. You need to find sisterhood, you need to create friendship, you need to find a balance. In order for you to be mentally stable, to be able to be the best that you can for your children. You also do need some time away. So working is very good. Working is very, very good for our mental health. But what kind of work are we doing? Do we know if that person that came to pick up the child, do we know if they worked day, night, and they just can't stay awake? You become like a shadow of yourself where you basically, anywhere that you sit down, you fall asleep. That's the reality. That is somebody's reality. Wherever they sit down, they'll fall asleep because they are working day, night, and sometimes in between, they have some 2 hours job somewhere. They don't have time to socialize. They don't have time to make friends. So in this kind of scenarios, who would they call? Because they're so, I don't want to say antisocial, but they don't communicate with anyone else. They don't have a supporting group. They don't have a friend they can call on. Me and some of my friends, sometimes we don't actually have to leave our house. We could just call because the kids are in the same class. They could just call me and say, "Hey, Auntie Lynn, can you pick up this person? I'll be about 15 minutes." I'm like, "Yeah, sure." Pick them up, take them to the park. I'm actually known as the snack lady, you know. I always have a group of kids with me in the park. I'm feeding literally everyone because I'll give to the kids I'm with, then they'll go and call their friends, and I'm always like that. Right, go check with the person you're with first if you're allowed to have some, and they usually go run quickly, check with the person they are with in the park. If they don't have any allergies, check always before you give the snack to a child in the park. You need to check if that child does not have any allergies, because boy, you do not want nobody's child to have an attack, a reaction to something that you have given them. So yes, as much as I give the snack out, I give it to the people that I know, to the parents that I know that their children don't have no allergies. I'll leave you with this thought in mind. The question is, do we value our children enough? Let me know. Let me know. Thank you for following my journey, my parenting journey with me. Thank you for coming along, and I really, really appreciate your comment. I really, really appreciate your input in this journey. And if any of you have something to say, just comment on the comment section. And for some of my friends who have some opinion, something to say, come and talk to me. We could have a conversation together for the rest of Auntie Lou's friends. Alright guys, unfortunately the sun has gone in. It's not coming out today. Hopefully in the afternoon it will, but for now it's a bit cold, very cloudy, and so I'm gonna carry on with my walk, get myself warmed up, and I shall speak to you again next week. We'll come again with another topic. Guys. Until next week, I trust that you will have a wonderful day. For now, until you would like to say bye bye.